Single mothers are their own worst enemy. Merry Christmas to you guys and ladies from Rome, Italy. This video is about single mothers and how they are really their own worst enemy. Oblivious completely to their own present status in life, mentally and physically. They really could make their own life so much more easier by making the bait, and we are all bait in one way or another, by making the bait more attractive looking and more sweet appearing, and actually being that way after you've caught your prey. They can have so much of a better time by being sweet and accommodating and realistic. Instead of putting their foot down, crossing their arm and saying, I am not going to lower my standards. Well, I'm sorry, but you do have to lower your standards. You know, you don't pay top price for an old car that's been, driven and weathered and maybe damaged, exterior and interior. Versus a car that's sitting brand new on the showroom floor. A woman that is 19 years old, 22 years old, 25 years old, in great shape with no kids, no baggage, and no mental history of exes and kids and divorces and court fights is more valuable than a woman who's past her 30s and 40s with multiple divorces and kids and baggages and jadedness and all that. I'm sorry, but that is a fact of life. Just as a man who is successful, who is strong-willed, who knows how to stand his ground and is on his mission in life and has his own assets already accumulated, has a house, has multiple cars, and has worldliness and know-how and an active, promising life, is more valuable than some guy who's penniless and only knows how to play video games. See, we're being fair here. We're on both sides. We're being completely fair to both sexes. Ladies, how many of you want a broke guy who doesn't know how to groom himself and doesn't know how to eat properly at a table and is not in good shape and has no money and no interesting subject to talk about, and he says, I'm not going to lower my standards. I've got to have a beautiful supermodel woman that waits on me hand and foot. We have as much tolerance for a single divorced, multiple divorced mother with kids as you do for the man I just described. So what I meant here by single mothers being their own worst enemy is that they fail to realize that all they have to do is lower their standards and bring their expectations in line with what their present physical and mental and real status in life is. That's all. Not below it and not above it, but at the level that it should be. Instead of saying, I'm not going to lower my standard, you're not just going to get what you want just because you want it. You have to deserve it. That works for men as well as it does for women. Be realistic in life. The world is not going to reward you for something you don't present. What you receive in life, whether you're a man or a woman, is commensurate with what you have to produce, what you're able to give in return. But in the imaginary world of single mothers, especially the ones in the West, they feel they deserve exactly the same kind of respect, the same kind of top quality men, the same kind of the highest value man as a 19-year-old or 25-year-old single girl who's never been married and is thin with no kids does. Do you see how ridiculous that sounds when it's presented to you in the way that it actually is? Do you see that why these men are so angry at you and are not willing to commit to you? And as soon as you give them the slightest amount of BS, they're looking for the door and the next woman? Do you see that? And you think by just closing your eyes and crossing your arms and saying, I won't lower my standards, you think that's going to help you in life? No. Like I said before 1,000 times, it's going to make you, like your friends, end up with the wine bottle and the pet. If that's the life you want, continue having the obnoxious attitude that you have now. I'm sorry it sounds harsh, but life is harsh. Life is harsh. Reality is harsh. The moment you step out of your door and have to face the real world, strangers, that's when reality hits you in the face like a hard slap on a cold winter day. Think about it. The universe rewards us and punishes us based on our behavior. Signing out from Rome, Italy, on the 17th day of December, 2021. All the best.